Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to part 18. I think we're on now of our Pokemon Sword playthrough. And today we're going to be doing trial number 2 of the Isle of Armor DLC, so please remember to hit that like and subscribe button and consider becoming a member of the channel and Patreon if you want access to early videos.
Joe, what in the actual hell are you doing?
This is our campsite, Barry. Probably my favorite feature of this game, which has got carried over to Scarlet and Violet too, I think. But anyway, we can set up a big campsite here and play with our Pokemons.
All right, well, this is cute and all, Joe, but don't we have to start that next trial? We have lots to do, remember, like go find those Gigantamax mushrooms or something, and then do more battling too.
Yoar Dracovish here is doing some mad Naruto running boys. This is super cute. Actually, just look at the little guy.
I love zooming in on their faces too, Barry. It's so cute and adorable, and I could just stay and play with our Pokemon here all day if I had the time. This is such a great feature, and I hope they bring it into Generation 10.
Well, they certainly all look very happy, don't they, boys? But Joe, we really got to get going with the video, you know. Our viewers have come to see you do the trial, so maybe you could make a video about this some other time as its own separate thing if you really want.
Yeah, all right, Donald, I know we have a few busy things to be doing today. And also, boys, can you believe that we only have probably 1 or 2 more episodes left of this series? It's quite sad, but I guess that's how it goes.
Okay, well, the first thing you need to do is swap one of our team out for that Squirtle we picked in the last episode, Joe, remember? And we did ask everyone in the comments to choose a Pokemon, and it seems everyone had different ideas, but for now, we'll swap Dracovish out for Squirtle.
Actually, I did that for him since Joe isn't competent enough and would probably end up releasing our team instead of swapping them out.
Okay, well, we have a level 5 little turtle on our team now, guys, which means he's going to get levels super quick here, since all the Pokemon we're battling is like level 60 plus. But for now, we have to make our way through this forest, which Mustard says the mushrooms are found in.
Yeah, and like he said just now, Joe, you got to be careful because it's very easy to get lost in this place, you know? I remember getting lost in here when I first played this DLC back in the day, which was like 4 years ago.
Oh my God, Joe, what are you doing now, you fool? Why are we battling a Pikachu? We have more important things to be doing.
I'm going to catch this little sucker, Donald. We need a Pikachu in our boxes like Ash had, and then we can build a Kanto team too. We already have Squirtle, so getting the others will be easy peasy. Maybe we could even build Red's team like in the manga.
We are absolutely not building Red's team, Joe. He has a level 89 Pikachu or something, which is just insane. And anyway, we have to get that Kubfu, remember? Actually, I made a poll the other day on what version of Urshifu everyone likes the most.
Yeah, and the consensus is that most people want us to pick the Rapid Strike one more, and I can't remember if that's the Water type one or the Dark type one, but I guess we'll get a nice little surprise when we get to that point.
Talking of surprises, Donald, our little Squirtle here is already evolving after catching a goddamn level 60 Pikachu of all things. I did not have that on my bingo card ever, actually, holy hell.
Yeah, see, and Donald was giving me shit for wasting time catching Pikachu when it helped us to evolve our Squirtle to its 2nd stage already. I bet I could evolve Squirtle again if I went about catching more Pokemon too.
That was all just sheer luck, Joe, and you know it. And look, you've even got yourself lost now too, you fool. I knew this would happen as well, but this is still super annoying.
It's fine, Donald, because I know where we have to go now. And anyway, the Isle of Armor isn't a very big place to begin with, is it? So getting around won't be hard, and I can always ask Barry for directions too.
You know, Joe, you keep using those max repels, but I feel like they're not even doing anything for us anyway. We keep running into Pokemon, so what's even the point of them to begin with, bro?
The point of them, Barry, is to stop Joe running into Pokemon when he's going through the taller grass, but it won't stop the Pokemon from running at him, which have already spawned in the overworld.
Like with what's just happened right now. This Lopa Pokemon from Gen 5 just ambushed me, but luckily for him, I won't blast him into oblivion, because that cave we need to get to is just across this meadow. Yeah, this meadow has some mad Pokemon in it, doesn't it, boys? Like that Kangaskhan Pokemon, for example, which is actually really solid in the competitive scene, or at least it used to be.
And that's a good question for this video, which I forgot to give in the last one. But please comment down below which Pokemon you think has been the best in the competitive scene overall in single and double battles. And tell us why you think it is too.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about the competitive scene. Actually, 2 guys, so please comment, and we'll shout out someone in the next episode, which may be the last of this series, so that shout out will be quite special.
And look who's decided to show up as soon as we find the mushrooms, guys. Clara thinks she found them first, Joe. So how about you obliterate her and her shitty little team from existence?
Yet Clara is about to face the wrath of God, boys. She's probably one of the most annoying characters I think we've encountered so far in the Pokémon series, you know. There's just no redeeming qualities about her.
All right? You can't deny that, Joe. There is literally nothing good about her at all. All she does is whine and complain, and she's always trying to get rid of us too, when she was the one who invited us here in the first place.
Yeah, I can't deny that, Donald. I mean, I thought Hop was quite annoying, but he's just useless. This little girl, however, is just plain annoying. Like, I can't even think of another person in the series who's this annoying.
And she loves poison-type Pokemon too, which means she's easy pickings for me and Mr. Rhyme, your boys. One psychic attack is all you need to beat her. And apparently her goal is to become a poison-type gym leader or something too.
Well, I say we crush those dreams of her, Joe. She's got zero chance of becoming a gym leader with her current skill level. Hell, I wouldn't even stick her on Route 1 of any Pokemon game as the first trainer battle.
Yeah, agreed, Donald. She makes youngster Joey look like champion Leon LMAO. But anyway, guys, I got the shrooms, so now let's see this so-called soup they're going to make for us.
Well, this Max soup, which I think it's called, is going to be used for the Gigantimax. Remember, Joe, I know everyone else knows that, but you have the memory of a goldfish. And by the way, I saw a comment from a viewer which stated that we can use watts to upgrade the dojo.
That Miltank was really after you for a second there, Joe. Maybe it was a relative of Whitney's one, and it heard how you beat it and made her cry, so it was out for revenge.
Listen, Donald, if any Miltank comes near me, the last thing it'll see will be my flamethrower attack whilst I cook it alive to about a medium well temperature, which is how I like my steak cooked.
And hey, with that you could also add some of these fungus Pokemon, which might go well with that steak. Joe, I'm trying to think of other Pokemon we could use to garnish our cooked Miltank, actually.
I think Miltank would go well with any grass-type Pokemon, to be honest, Barry. There aren't many salad-based Pokemon, but maybe that dragon-type apple Pokemon would taste good before it's evolved.
Who the hell eats apples with a steak, Donald? No has time for that. And this is seriously a long-ass trek back to the dojo, holy hell. I wish we could just fly back there or something, you know?
The Rotom bicycle is the best way to get around here anyway, Joe. And speaking of which, you can customize this bike from that lady next to the dojo. Remember, so maybe we could do that after this episode or something.
Barry, we literally have no time for pointless crap like that. We have to make this soup first, just so we can get on and pass this silly little trial. And by the looks of it, we were the only ones to actually find the shrooms to begin with, unlike these other peasants.
Yeah, that's right, Donald. No one else managed to find any, which means they all failed trial number 2. And from the looks of it, that means they're all out from this competition, which means I've already won.
Wow, you spoke too soon there, Joey, old boy, somehow by some miracle or some cheating. Most likely, Clara has found her very own Max mushrooms, and she even wants Mrs. Honey there to use her mushrooms in the soup instead of ours.
Yeah, I would not trust this girl to hold a plastic bag, let alone use her mushrooms in a soup we're all about to eat. If we start hallucinating on the battlefield, then we'll know why.
God, it better not be those kind of mushrooms, Donald. I wouldn't put it past her to pull a fast one like that on us, though.
Well, too late to say anything now, boys. The shrooms are getting cooked in that giant golden pot, and I guess we're not the only ones who's going to eat all of it. Everyone will be sitting together at the table like a big Thanksgiving lunch.
It seems her shrooms were indeed legit, though, Joe, so don't worry, we won't be hallucinating today. We just got a red power-up thing happen to us at the table, and apparently we can feel the Dynamax energy.
Yeah, and it seems that guy standing up will be able to make more soup for us if we need it, which is quite nice of him. He failed the trial, so now his new job is basically to be the kitchen bitch, LMAO.
And with lunch over, our man Mustard wants a word with us, Joe, because we beat the first 2 trials like they were nothing. And I guess Clara would have to be here with us too, apparently.
Wow, she's so shocked that she made it to the final trial even though she's passed the first 2, the dumbass. I mean, seriously, her life must be so meaningless and empty to get excited over something like that.
Okay, well, it looks like before we can take on the final trial, Donald, we first have to battle Clara yet again. And whoever comes out victorious, which of course will be yours truly, will get to take on the final trial and get this special armor or something.
Well, this island is called the Isle of Armor for a reason, Joe. But more importantly than that, all I want is the goddamn Kubfu so we can get the Urshifu. And it looks like the rapid strike style is the winning, having just looked at the poll.
Okay, so those doors at the back of the dojo led us to this huge battlefield, which I guess is where the brawl is about to go down between us and this moron. And she was very insistent on going out here first for some reason, wasn't she?
Donald, Are you suggesting that she could have somehow sabotaged us before the battle has even begun? I swear to God, if she has, then she'll be the one getting hit by my flamethrower attack instead of that mill tank.
She could have done anything for all we know, Joe, but no time to speculate now. Let's just get this over with so we can say we beat the first and second trials and then take on the ultimate third one in the final episode.
Remember Joe? She likes to use poison-type Pokemon, kind of like Koga did in Kanto, although she doesn't compare to him at all. He's tiers above her and even became an Elite Four member, remember?
Okay, so her first Pokemon is a Skorupi, which is actually quite a solid Pokemon in my opinion, boys. I used one of these in the Sinnoh games once upon a time, and it was really good.
Oh shit! And here it is, everyone! I knew this was coming. This little peasant girl decided to play dirty and sprinkle some toxic spikes onto the battlefield before we began, and now we're gonna be poisoned for the rest of this battle.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter, Donald, because Psychic will just one-shot all her Pokemon anyway. And my question is, why wouldn't she want to evolve her Pokemon into a Drapion instead of leaving it as a level 65 Skorupi?
Because, Barry, what we have in front of us right now is the definition of an idiot. But anyway, her next Pokemon is Wheezing Galarian form, and this thing is also about to see the Pearly Gates, too.
Yeah, and of course, you being you, Joe, you won't bother trying to stop the poison with a full restore or antidote, but instead leave us to slowly die to it.
Well, Donald, it's not like this battle is difficult for someone like me anyway, is it? So I might as well make it a little more difficult for myself by keeping the poison here, just to make it seem like she might win LMAO.
Yeah, fair dues, Joe, and she's lost 3 Pokemon already, and now her final one is coming out. And remember, Joe, this last one will be able to Dynamax too, so get ready for that, bro.
I still think not curing the poison is a bad idea, but fine, do what you like, Joe. You made it this far in the game by ignoring me, so if you lose somehow, I'll get the satisfaction of taking over from you.
Yeah, well, the only time I lost a battle was like the first gym, Donald, because I wasn't prepared enough for it. But now this slow bro can do whatever it likes, because I'll still win. I'll always win.
Joe's got that positive thinking going on right now, which is doing him a lot of favors, Donald, so you can't deny that LMAO. But anyway, here is a Galarian Slowbro, which I don't think we've seen before.
And it got a critical hit on us too, Joe, so what's the plan now, buddy? And it also has that quick draw item, which can allow it to move first in some situations too.
Yep, there's the quick draw, which means Mr. Rhyme is probably going to die now, which I wanted to happen anyway, because I have a super duper strat in mind for this slow bro.
Well, this should be good. So what is this so-called strat of yours then, Joe? It better be something amazing and never been done before.
Oh, well, all it is really, Donald, is sending out Barry, who's super overpowered to deal with this thing. I mean, it's not exactly the exciting strat, but it won't fail here, which is all that matters, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I was hoping you could destroy her with no mercy, kind of like how Anakin showed no mercy to those younglings in episode 3, but I guess this will do too.
Wow, her Slowbro almost killed Rillaboom Joe. You gotta be careful, man. What are you thinking seriously? She could have Anakin Skywalkered us herself.
Too late for that, Barry, since we just nuked her finally. Well done, Joe. This useless peasant of a trainer can now go crawl back into the hole which she came from, since her dreams of becoming a gym leader are officially over.
Yeah, thank God for that, Donald. And that means your boy Joe Biden has beaten the second trial too, and now the third and final ultimate trial, and that armor shall be mine. I can't wait to have unlimited power.
See that, children? Cheaters never win, so be good to your parents, do your homework, and eat your veggies, and you'll all be golden.
And become members of our channel too, so we can make more videos for you all.
Yeah, Donald, that's not how you ask that, man. You got to be more polite and respectable. But anyway, with this all done and me being the ultimate trainer in this dojo, which I only showed up to like an hour ago, by the way, I think we can start wrapping this episode up, boys.
Hey, Mustard knew she cheated and still let us battle her with the unfair advantages, which I think is a little messed up, you know, guys. Maybe the real villain of this story is him all along.
Yeah, well, who cares, Barry? I still won, and the fact I won, even though she cheated, probably makes her feel even worse about herself, which is what we want.
And her task is now to look after the dojo by herself, which is hilarious, actually. But anyway, like Joe said, we're going to wrap this episode up for now, everyone. So thank you so much for watching, and please hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah, the next episode is most likely going to be the final one, if you can all believe it. And we have a surprise for you all. We did a members-only poll the other day, And they seem to like the idea of us giving Pokemon Scarlet and Violet another go, so we shall be heading back to Paldea next.
That's right. As some of you know, our save got corrupted, but we have it back, and we'll probably just restart the whole game anyway. But we're actually excited to be heading back there.
By we, you mean you and Obama or Joe. I hate the idea of going back to Paldea. The whole region is just a mess, and I hate it. But I got outvoted, so I guess I don't have a choice in the matter anymore.
That's right, Donatello, so suck it up and get ready for a wild ride. But for now, we'll see you all next week, everyone. Have a great time with whatever you're doing, and we look forward to seeing you again.